What's going on, everyone? Yesterday, the NBA did something that is unprecedented. They retired the jersey number 6 for the first time in league history, and it was all thanks to Bill Russell, and it was well deserved. I mean, Bill Russell, his impact on the basketball court and off the basketball court was just something that can't be measured. And to have this moment for him since his passing, is something that, again, is just so well deserved. He was a guy that was an ultimate winner. He won on every stage and every level. He set records that are likely never to be overturned. He's done so much off the court and just shaping and helping society and all the causes and movements and being somebody that had a big microphone and using it for a cause, using it for good. And that's what you want to see with these, icons, these legends. And Bill Russell will now forever live as a legend. Like, legends never die. It's something I've always talked about. And Bill Russell came into the league at a time where, let's just say, it wasn't cool. It wasn't something that people were excited for. But Bill Russell was able to overcome that and, despite all odds, have huge and major success. And I've always said, the one cure-all for everything is winning. If you are winning and you are successful, people will overlook anything. They will overlook their emotions, their feelings, their beliefs, everything. We see it constantly when it comes to celebrities and athletes and things like that. But Bill Russell wasn't just somebody that was winning. He was somebody that was able to change the outlooks of many and really shape people's perceptions and stuff. And for that, I mean, he deserves this and more. He's forever cemented, and it's somebody that I think is very deserving of having his jersey number league retired. And many people were calling for this. Magic Johnson even came out and said, hey, like, we need to retire Bill Russell's number 6. Like, it needs to be a league-wide retirement. And it was, and they followed through with it. But with that comes the question of, what does this mean in regards to players wearing number 6? Because there were 25 teams out of 30 that wore a number 6 jersey. And I think that is something of note. And many people want to know, okay, well, so everybody that's wearing number 6 have to change? Well, first off, here is a list of all the players that were wearing a number 6 jersey. You have Nikolai Alexander-Walker, Moses Brown, you have Shaq Buchanan, Alex Caruso, Zillion Chatham, you had Gabriel Deck, Dio, David Duke, Forbes, Melvin Frazier, Quentin Grimes, Montrezl Harrell. Obviously, LeBron James is the most notable one. Keon Johnson, Kenyon Martin Jr., Jalen McDaniels, Jordan McLaughlin, Kevin Pangos, Kristaps Porzingis. You had Javonte Smart, Lance Stevenson, Balin Tucker, Luka Vildova, Tyron Wallace, and Lou Williams. And all of these players have that jersey number of number 6. Well, they don't have to change the jersey because many people, like, the big thing was like, well, LeBron wears number 6, right? Because, again, he's the most notable person on that list. So that was the first name people thought of like, so LeBron has to change his number. No. So everybody that has the number 6 currently, they will all be grandfathered in. So all the players that have the number 6 jersey, so all 25 of them, they all currently will be able to continue to wear number 6. And then from here on out, nobody will be able to wear the number 6. So just a little clarification for those that maybe are wondering, what happened? So is LeBron going to have to go back to 23 or whatever? No, LeBron, I mean, if any of these players want to change their number and they want to move off of the number 6, then they can, but they don't have to. It's not something that the league is going to say, okay, well, you guys all got to change your number. No, they are all grandfathered in. So they don't have to change as long as they are wearing that number. Now, if they decide to if they go to a new team or whatever, or let's say they do change their number and then they go to a new team and they want number 6, well, then they won't be able to get it. It basically is like, hey, if you have that number now, you better keep it your entire career because that's it. And I do think most of these players are going to want to do that because, especially a guy like LeBron James, this means more to him than just the number and the game. I think he will continue to wear number 6 because he is a student of the sport. He's a fan of the sport. He is very respectful for the legends before him. I mean, the whole reason he wore 23 was because of Jordan. And then number 6, you got Bill Russell. So I could see him keeping that number as a symbol, as like a badge of honor for him to, remember the late Bill Russell. And so I think many other players are likely going to follow suit. There may be a couple that end up changing their number, but I think a lot of them will look at it as like, this is more than just that. And plus, it'd be nice to still see the number 6 because at least for this season, we know what that will represent. If you see a bunch of, you see guys like LeBron wearing the number 6, it's that connection. It's that like, oh, Bill Russell. It's that constant reminder that you have this great legend that is still, looking down on the league. And it's something that I think is, in my opinion, okay. I mean, I'm sure some people might feel otherwise. Some people are going to want them to change the number, whatever. I mean, we all have our thoughts and opinions. But I think somebody like LeBron James, like you want him to wear number 6, right? At least for this season. Because, like I said, it shows that respect. And LeBron is all about that respect for the legends, for the greats, for the ones that paved the way for him. And Bill Russell was that guy. Bill Russell was the guy that paved the way and allowed, he walked so all of these players could run. And it's something that I just think needs to not be forgotten. And I believe that as long as the league is a thing, it never will. Again, he's a legend that'll live forever. I think a lot of these players are going to want to remember him, and they're doing like the patches and stuff like that. And I'm sure that they'll do things throughout this season that kind of remember Bill Russell and just the legacy he left behind. But to see guys wear the number 6, I personally, again, I love the idea. I'd love to see, even if it's not LeBron, just these players in general remembering the name that is Bill Russell, remembering the number that is Bill Russell. I think it has more significance, more impact. If I was somebody wearing the number 6, I would want to keep that at least for a year. I'd be like, can I at least keep it this year? Because I want, like, this is a symbol to me. If you play the sport of the game of basketball, if you love the game of basketball, that's what that is. That is now number 6 is a memento to the legend that is Bill Russell. But anyway, as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think about this league-wide retirement of the number 6 jersey? Do you think it's well-deserved? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think that they should have done it? Do you think, like, no, maybe just do the Celtics number 6? Because, I mean, he played his whole career with the Celtics. So do you look at it as, like, if the Celtics wanted to retire number 6 for the existence, then, yeah, do that. But, to retire it league-wide, however you feel about it. Like I said, I think it's fine. I mean, it's one of 100 numbers that they could all wear, and I don't think number 6 is that significant in regards of like losing that number. I think it's the meaning and the value and what it represents is far greater than what, I can no longer wear number 6, or, my favorite player can no longer wear number 6. I don't think that that's as big of a deal as like what this represents, what this means. Like, this is something bigger than basketball. And I am one that appreciates and values that they made this change, that they made this shift in doing this. But, however you feel, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And just, what did you think of Bill Russell and just his legacy and his career and what he represented all the way up until, he passed away. He was still very active. We saw at All-Star games and just games in general, showing up, showing face, having conversations when there were, injustices going on. He was the first to come out and say, hey, we need to change. We need to fix things. We need to do this, that, and the other. He was somebody that we have seen many legends just kind of like, that's not my problem. Like, hey, look, I made it. I got the money in the bank. I'm a star. I'm in the Hall of Fame. I'm this, that, and the other. I'm just going to take a seat over here and just let them figure out their problems. And Bill Russell wasn't one of those people. Bill Russell was one of those people that he was the loudest voice in the room. He was somebody that would stand up and stick up for the little guy or stick up for those that were being wronged. And that's what you want. You want to see that from people. However you feel about like certain movements and things like that, because, everyone has a difference of opinions when it comes to that stuff. And even like LeBron. LeBron is a very outspoken star, and many people knock him for that. But it's like, at least he's saying and doing something. At least he's putting that microphone out there. And, whether you agree or disagree with what he's saying or the points, the fact that he is at least trying to do something, I think needs to be respected in and of itself. Because, there's just so many people that would rather sit around and do nothing or say nothing or just, it's not my problem, that, it's good to see people that are in this position be able to vocalize how they feel. It's the country we live in. At the end of the day, whether you agree with it or not, we live in a country where we have the right to express ourselves, the freedom of speech, stuff like that. And I just think that trying to, shut up and dribble type thing, I think is stupid. It's ridiculous. Like we have so many narratives everywhere. Like allow these players to speak and give their opinions and their narratives as well. You don't have to agree with it. It's not something you have to listen to or you have to believe in or whatever, but we all have that right. I'm sure there's things that you say or that you believe in or that you think of that many people don't believe in or don't agree with, and but you still have that right to express that. And that's the thing. And I think that that's also what Bill Russell represents, that freedom that was a difficult road for him. Because like I said, he was in a very different time than we are now. And for him to be able to go through that and just deal with that and come out ahead and arguably in a better position than any player ever in history. I mean, he's the ultimate winner, seriously. It's remarkable. But anyway, again, those are my opinions. Those are my expressions. That's how I feel about the situation. Also wanted to clarify what's going on with the number 6 jersey. Hope you got that information you needed. And I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.